another way of tackling the white Burgundy problem, which comes down to price and availability. And instead of just finding appellations that no one's ever heard of, Macron, I don't know, play Scrabble and get a dodgy hand and make a village name out of that, and it seems to kind of crop up somewhere in the wine shop. Instead of doing that, you can find a famous producer from a very famous village and say, well, what else do they make? Most of the time, most producers will say, oh, well, I also make this one, of course, because not every restaurant that they sell to wants to have Meursault, Puligny or Chassagne on the list alone. So not wanting to miss the boat, the producer will say, well, if you buy my Meursault, you might want to be interested in this, which is, in this case, my Cuvée des Forgers from Patrick Javillier. Now, made and run by his daughter. This is an estate that's absolutely brilliant. It was 3 hectares, it's now just over 10 hectares, I think, and they make absolutely stunning wines. And they're all based in Meursault. So this is not Meursault, it is the Cuvée des Forgers, which is Bourgogne Blanc. So it is from vineyards that are outside Meursault, plus Meursault vineyards that he declassifies and says, well, actually, you know, some of these younger vines won't go into my Meursault, so I'll put them into my other projects. Most of this, though, comes just from vineyards that are not in the village, and they're on a slope that's slightly higher above the village, and that makes it slightly fresher, and towards the town of Puligny you get a little bit more complexity in these vineyards, and that's what he has here. He makes another one which is called Cuvée des Oligocènes, and that is much more much richer, much fuller, and actually really quite like a Meursault, whereas this one is a little bit fresher and lighter, but still wonderfully complex and really, really giving. It's from the 2019 vintage, so it's got all that wonderful scintillating character, really bright fruit, lovely acidity, a little bit of weight because of the wonderfulness of that vintage anyway, plus the changing of our climate. But what you get is this delicious, really very, very fine white Burgundy made by a famous producer from a kind of famous village, but it's kind of really drinkable and certainly I could do more affordable. That kind of stuff gets me very happy, and I hope that it does for you too.